Hi Mama. Today I want to talk to you about the most important aspect of our workouts during this pregnancy time of our life. I want to talk about breathing. It is the foundation of how we will get through all of these workouts. It will help us get to and through the most challenging day of our life as we push out this little bundle of joy. So it is the bedrock, as I mentioned, and that's why the number one rule that I'm going to go ahead and set for this program is that there is never a time during these exercises where you are not breathing. So what I mean, and you're maybe like, what does that mean? But for those of us who have done other sorts of strength training before, if you're doing things like a deadlift with really heavy weights, you may have previously gone ahead, grabbed that weight, taken that inhale, held that breath, and stood up and then exhaled, taking an exhale. That is not what we're doing here. I want to make sure that you are breathing fluidly throughout these workouts, that you are engaging that core, and that we are practicing those diaphragmatic and 360 breaths during those rest periods. So what does that mean? Basically, in the short, we don't want to go and breathe up. We want to breathe out. So we're going to put our hands on our rib cage here. To do this, I want you to tuck your hips. So when I say that, I don't want there to be any sort of anterior tilt here. There should be nothing where our body naturally with gravity and this little belly here is going to pull us forward. But we want to keep that lower back safe and that pelvic core nice and strong. So I want you to stand up, roll those shoulders down behind your ears, and tuck those hips. So at first, it may not feel natural, but if you notice that you're having your back tilted like this, you're gonna start to feel that pain in that lower back. Notice as I tuck my hips, the pain naturally goes away. So this is a pelvic tilt. You can do a pelvic tilt if you are laying down on the ground. It's very, very helpful to do all throughout the stages of pregnancy, and it will be one of the first exercises you're gonna be able to do post-labor. So you can do that while you're laying down, or you can do this wherever you are, just standing up. Just practice squeezing that butt, bringing those hips down and under. So you should be making like a little bit of a J here, right? So I'm bringing that down and under, and I'm gonna expand my breath. Putting my hands on my ribs, if you can still feel them. You're gonna go ahead and breathe in. And breathe out. So notice as I took that breath in, how much my lower body expanded, my stomach expanded, but nothing else came up, came out. It's just that belly, like Santa Claus. As I exhale, what you're gonna focus on there is if I'm squeezing that little baby inside of me. So you're gonna engage that core. And as I squeeze out, I exhale out. I'm squeezing that lower core as well. So I'm engaging that pelvic floor again. So that's what I want you to do during those rest periods of this program. I want you to focus on that breathing. It's gonna help you with your strength. It's gonna help you with your endurance. It's gonna help that mindset shift of not just being on autopilot of how you're breathing throughout your pregnancy, and most importantly during that labor where you need that distraction. You need to have that focus and be in control. There's gonna be so much that is out of our control during that time, but our breath is something that can bring us back to center. It can help us feel strong, it can keep us in control, and it will ease that labor. Okay, so that's what I have for you today on your breath. So wherever you get the chance, I want you to go ahead and practice that diaphragmatic 360 breathing, feeling that air expand throughout your lungs, throughout your stomach, throughout that lower core as well. And breathe out slowly. So if you can breathe out slowly, I want you to do that through your nose if you have the opportunity to do that. Or I want you to you're not blowing out candles. Should not feel very breathy as you're doing this. Instead, I want it to breathe. You're not breathing down, but you're kind of breathing in your throat. So coming out, you should not feel that air. It should slowly be expanding throughout the rest of your body. The other thing on top of those 360 breaths that I want you to focus on are those pelvic tilts. So again, engaging that lower back so that it's not arching outwards. You're focusing on recentering that gravity of where your point of gravity is, and you are on your way. Have a great, great day, and go and crush those workouts with that breath in mind.